Hello to the gamers, we're back. What did we do last time? Did we really beat Ascension level 11? That doesn't sound like me. Let me scroll. I think we maybe beat 10, right? Hang on, get ready for double me. I'm trying to watch the video I'm recording right now. That's not gonna work. That's a paradox. I also have my wife's stream open in the background. This is gonna be a chaotic start. Ascension 10 already. Ascension 10. I hear you. I hear you too, buddy. Okay, now let me go ahead and close Kate's stream here as well. I don't even know where the tab is, man. Where? Okay, I think we got it, guys. I think we got it. Sorry. It's a little chaos. Okay. Ascension 11 might be the hardest of all because it nerfs Ascension, man. 2 potion slots. On the other hand, did I say it nerfs Ascension? It nerfs Alchemize. Bullet Time, great card. Great card, but Burst. But Phantasmal Killer when you need attacks early. I could have easily taken all 3, and I would have been happy to do so. There's a part of me that just, and maybe it's a little bit of a bias, not to bring K-pop into it, but maybe it's a little bit of a bias, but for me personally, I just feel like you kind of have to, you have to add damage early, and you have to add defense maybe like soon after that. I don't think you can really go wrong with any of those cards. You could probably go like Rider with some of them, but okay, you're gonna get tagged here, bud. Tag, you're it. You ever see the movie Tag? Honestly, one of the rare cases I would say where I think that the game was better than the movie. But that's just because I like to be outside and run around a little bit from time to time. Here's what I'm going to do. Slay the Spire, subreddit, Endless Agony. Explain to me what this card is supposed to do, okay? This is from 1 year ago. Endless Agony. Pretty good early attack damage card. Comparing it to Slice is useful. It exhausts so it doesn't clog your deck. 2 attacks for 1 draw. 6-card hand, which plays nicely with discard synergies. You almost always just play both copies when you draw it. Okay. See, I've been thinking like maybe you keep one around. Inferior Anger. The thing that makes this card useful isn't Wristblade or Finisher, it's having a ton of draw. If you have a small deck that can go near infinite with draw, this card is busted. If you have more than 15 cards, this thing becomes dog water. Super situational, not a huge fan. Fun on paper. A clear winner with Dead Branch. Okay, you know what? I'm realizing this is a complicated card. We do have more than 15 cards. But the caveat there was that I like what it's saying about early it giving you a beautiful opportunity to amp up your damage in a relatively thin deck, which is what we have. Maybe I've been overlooking Endless Agony. Thank you to the Slay the Spire community for literally having a thread on every single card that I can use when I don't understand how to interface with the mechanics. Normally, I'm an Envenom sort of guy, but I do feel like Phantasmal plus Predator kind of works well. I can hit up to 14 damage for 1 energy. And then let me just think about what we'd be cooking up here. 8, 14, 20 damage? Man, that's ridiculous. But that means nobody is weakening us, which I actually think means we can play 2 blocks. And then next turn, like our attacks, just their base level of damage is going to be pretty good. Now we are going to be weakened, but that's maybe where like a Phantasmal starts to feel a little bit more interesting, I guess. You're doing 13 damage. You're doing 11 damage, and I have 10 block. I can live with it. It might be my least favorite fight in terms of the difficulty on the whole floor. Because, like, you have to choose, like, the turns where you're going to really accelerate your damage, and then the turns where you're going to slow it down a little bit. And this turn, we're going to slow it down a little bit. But we got out of it pretty nicely, I think. And because of Phantasmal Killer, I definitely think we can take on this, like, relatively nasty elite path. I think we got a pretty good thing going. I guess the way I'm thinking about Endless Agony now is that I mean, it works with Phantasmal if you play Phantasmal first, which is nice. But just adding, like, it's kind of like adding half an attack potion to your deck or something, right? You know, you draw a card, it turns into 2 cards that do 4 damage each, and then you never see them again. I could do worse than that. It's weird to call it Endless Agony, though. Honestly, I think we could use a little defense. We're not really like a discard synergistic deck right now. Okay, turn 1 Terror is amazing. Neutralize Sucker Punch would put you over the damage cap, and ideally, I'd love to wait for a Phantasmal Killer, and then next turn, Predator plus Endless Agony, plus an attack potion, and maybe we skip half the Lagavulin fight. Ooh! The Dreamler. Probably we just take a Flying Knee. I think, dude, that might be the best I'm not even joking, and it was largely due to the draw. That might be the best Lagavulin fight that I've ever had. Just in general, I think you can fit a Storm of... Or, sorry, a Blade Dance. I got them confused because they both give shivs. Not a high priority. Somewhat a high priority. But as long as our energy is somewhat low, like a free Phantasmal, free Terror, I think are higher on the list. But got a lot of momentum early, man. Now, what you want to see here is, like, we really wanted to see Terror and Phantasmal on turn 1. And that's just going to be true in, like, every situation in which we're engaging in combat. But I don't know why I phrased it like Napoleon Dynamite. I apologize. We got a great build for taking out those 2 elites, though. I think that's a skip. Letter Opener. Let's be honest. You could do worse. Even if I only pay attention to it, like, accidentally. Give me the gold, and I'm gonna pivot and go to this shop. Because we should be able to remove the curse that we just got. Huge. Thank you, Anchor, by the way. Otherwise, there's no shot we would have avoided all that damage. Remove the curse and buy a rare relic if we so desire. 386. And duplicate. It could hit Phantasmal. It'd be nice if Phantasmal was upgraded. I don't think we really want to duplicate Endless Agony. Like, I think it's especially not upgraded. Maybe Duplicate is a bad purchase here. Backstab is nice. I don't think it's incredible, and it does take away 1 card that we could draw, but we're always going to be pretty happy to, even in the late game, I think, to get 0 cost 11 damage. And maybe like a Pen Nib, and then hold? Like a Pen Nib... You're on 21, you're on 20. Okay. A Pen Nib combined with, I mean, this is a perfect world scenario, but combined with Phantasmal Killer could have the potential to do some serious damage. It just gives us 1 more out that we can, like, play around if we're fighting, you know, an enemy that has 500 HP. We don't need a fear potion. Why am I getting ready to dump one? It doesn't really make sense. Okay. I would like to do more damage. The way that we do more damage... Let's make Phantasmal free so we always play it. We probably should always play it, but there's going to be turns where I'm like, oh, I could actually just play like a block here and take no damage instead without realizing that, you know, we'd probably kill the enemy a lot faster and take less damage overall if I was just hitting for twice as much. Bad order on this. I'd like to apologize. You should always do the lowest attacks first if you know they're going to put them into defensive mode. So it's the wrong turn. I'll live with this. It's the wrong turn for Phantasmal, but drawing a Deflect would help. Or, like, any attacks, I guess, in general, but that's okay. It's okay, it's not always going to work out. This is a much better turn for Phantasmal. And I appreciate Letter Opener doing what it does. Now you draw Predator. And this is the exception of the rule, right? Like, okay, we didn't draw Predator, but... I think you still play your highest damage attack. 42 damage to this guy is It's very significant. Now, don't draw Phantasmal. Thank you. Let me think about this. Let's draw as much as we can. We don't want to draw Phantasmal, but we do want to draw enough blocks to not take damage. Beautiful. Beautiful situation. You're too kind. Now, next turn we draw Phantasmal. Okay, listen, buddy. Just put the card in the bag, okay? Was not paying attention to Pen Nib at all. We still get there. Very nice overall. I find it really hard to argue against an Alchemize, man. It's until it gives me a reason. Interesting. This is a ship build now. Helps out Endless Agony. Helps out Blade Dance. Yeah, I could totally see Wristblade working. Now, I'm not against Ring of the Serpent either, but I didn't take it. So what do you want me to say? Okay. Smack it, smack it. And actually, 0 cost attacks plus Pen Nib seems like a pretty sweet combo. Because we'll get more attacks played on average. We know we're going to draw Predator soon, so let's put up as much block as possible. Alchemize Predator is the dream turn. It's okay, like it's not the end of the world. Dude, Blade Dance does 24 damage right now. I'll add a slice to the deck for sure. I'm not an Infinite Blades guy. I think it's easier to just create shivs the old-fashioned way. Win the bet. I love Tough Bandages. It's just not the right build. I do like the idea of Clockwork. I mean, Toy Ornithopter too. We can afford both, man. That's crazy. I like Clockwork Souvenir because for me, it enables easier use of Wraith Form, which I think is a great power that I rarely take because I rarely have Clockwork Souvenir or Panacea. I'm going to go in on both of these. I do want to remove some cards as well, but I saw an opportunity and I took it. No Pen Nib incoming. We need to do 10. I can live with that. I mean, that's a nutty first turn, dude. Didn't we play like 7 attacks on that turn? Isn't your life over? Isn't your life over? A 78 damage slice? Kind of gotta consider we're gonna get more Blade Dances. Is it gonna cost us 100 to remove a card? Oh. That's okay. I'll take a slice and I'll take a Cloak and Dagger. We're adding a lot of cards. There's no doubt about that. We don't have any extra energy, but I'm a huge believer in what we got cooking up right now. Block Potion. 0 cost attacks do more damage. Do more damage. 15, 25. Okay, I'll use a Block Potion. I'm not too concerned about this, man. I think we avoided vulnerability too, which is crazy. So the worst attack that we have is a strike. So play your shivs accordingly. Play your strike. Play your slice. Like, I apologize for seeming like I'm faking like the level of enthusiasm that I have, but I honestly thought slice was just kind of like a dead card. Seeing what it's able to do with like a wrist blade is, and a Pen Nib and a Phantasmal Killer, to be fair, but it's kind of popping. I mean, I guess maybe you're always going to be happy having an Endless Agony when you also have wrist blade. And yes, I said agony, and no, it was not on purpose. Add 3 shivs to your hand, man? Are you kidding me? This is insane. You could argue I shouldn't have even played it because we had a potion slot that we could have just held it in, but that's okay. I'll take an escape plan. At this point, the run is great. What we don't want to see is the Time Lord, because we have like a very, very sensitive, Time Lord sensitive deck, I would say. That's 13. This is going to do enough, obviously. But we got time to kind of prepare for that, if I think about it, but I don't know, I may not pay attention. I'm trying to think of what we would do in order to solve that problem. Look at that. 12 damage, 7 damage. I'm just gonna hit you, thinking that probably a Phantasmal Killer allows us to just do 50 damage to you next turn. One Endless Agony killed you? Boys, this is like... my worldview is falling apart. I think we would love a Storm of Steel because we have Wristblade. I'm happy to have the opportunity to take that one. All we drew were defense, essentially. No Pen Nib. And yet still, we did 26 damage and took none. Now this turn we got double damage. I was gonna say none attacks, but we actually have, like, amazing attacks, man. Because our shivs are insane. We already have an artifact, essentially. Okay. On this one, we can finally remove. We do have, like, a very, very non-defensive deck. We just haven't really noticed because we've been killing enemies on turn 1 or turn 2. Turn 2,
Let me think about this. Let me think about this one.
Dude got so excited he became an Imperial Probe Droid. We'll do 30 damage with that one. I guess we'll just play our cards. It's that simple. I mean, we could get Pen Nib again real quick. Unfortunately, not quite as quick as I thought we could, but maybe this turn. You're so freaking lucky, man. Honestly, I'll take the hit. Oh, you're so close to death. Gremlin Horn. Love to see it. You know what? I mean, the deck is good. It's good and too thick. I think we need to remove, man. I wanted to add a defend, but I think we need to remove our basic strikes. The stuff that is not really serving the purpose of the deck right now. We are going to get Pen Nib. So this, then this. We ignore the vulnerability because of the Clockwork Souvenir. I must be dialed, because I never even remember the name of that relic, man. Well, this is a touch atypical, but definitely appreciated. How much damage do shivs do each? Unupgraded shivs do 4, and they do 4 additional damage. So they do 8. You do 10. So we'll play you. We don't have enough to kill you. In that case, pop this. I'd love to kill you and go into the next fight with Pen Nib ready to go. That's perfect. They gave us another freaking fruit juice, man. I'm taking a backflip because it draws, and in zero-cost attacks, or zero-cost decks. Decks that focus on zero-cost attacks, draws gotta be good, right? It's gotta be OP. It's one way we can get over the thick deck syndrome that we got going on right now. Okay, double damage. I'm gonna put the vulnerability on you even though we have a terror in the deck somewhere. Give me a double damage backstab. A Phantasmal with oh, we had 1 extra energy because Phantasmal costs 0. That was like the first card we upgraded, man. I should be embarrassed of myself a little for that one. Okay, you're already like nearly half dead. And you've basically not buffed yourself. So I'm going to save this terror so we can continue to make you vulnerable in the next phase. Which I think makes a ton of sense. I mean, I've already depicted you as the frazzled Dustin Hoffman and me as the unflappable and aloof Laurence Olivier, man. Like, what are you going to do to me? That stings, but 32 damage. I'm gonna save up, man. This does 12 damage. I'm gonna save up. We just won't burn Pen Nib on a basic strike in a situation like this. Now, I will burn it on a Sucker Punch, because I thought we would draw maybe like a better target for it by now, but... Phantasmal Blade Dance. Slice is a good one to play. I think we still came out smelling like a rose there. We do need to acknowledge we need better defense, which I think Adrenaline is probably the best card, full stop. But After Image gives us maybe the best damage mitigation. And then I'm gonna just say we don't want Snack OI because we got lots of zero cost attacks. I'd love to draw, but it's just too much risk. 9 transformations is good. But we lose all of our blocks, which I might just, well, almost all of our blocks, which I'm just kind of like... It's just a tough sell when I think that we dominate elites anyway, I hope. We'll see. The choices made me a little less confident, but I should probably still be pretty confident just because of the way that, like, the fights have gone up to this point. That was pen nib. I played so fast I didn't even know that we lost pen nib there. Okay, when you kill the spiker in 1 turn and don't take damage, you should be feeling pretty good, I think. 125 to remove. I would happily still, because every strike just slows us down. I'm gonna take 1 single upgrade, though it offends me. Give me the early After Image just to make sure we get some use out of it, man. This would be a great floor to fight elites, but also just to... This is a horrible first draw, man. I guess I've made all of my cards innate, so then when I don't draw zero cost attacks, I'm like, what gives? But anyway, I want to upgrade cards. I want to fight elites. At the risk of sounding a little insane, I feel like upgrading cards might even be more valuable. It's gonna sting, huh? I think it's gonna sting, man. My thinking, and it's actually gonna work, is that this puts us in a position to, oh, because of the gremlin horn, man. Holy cow, we got out of that with just 1 fire potion? Hold it. I was gonna say the upgrades might be more important than the relics at this point. Now, you're just a disaster. Just don't end on a curse. Like, play the attacks you want to exhaust. I can't end on that. I'd rather not end on that. I can end on that and play a shiv to get it out of my deck. I mean, 27 damage. I'd rather not. 38 damage. There's a lesson in there somewhere. I think we're going for it, boys. 27. No, we wouldn't stop. 38, we wouldn't stop there. 16, we might stop, but we got some room to play with. 12 damage and a debuff. 12 damage and a debuff I can live with. Two debuffs? Are you kidding me, man? I trusted you. This has got to be played. This has got to be played. 13 damage, and I'm assuming the same 2 debuffs. So what we're really trying to do next turn is just do enough damage to kill you, which is going to be hard with the weakness on. I know we have an ancient potion. I guess I wasn't familiar with your game, to be honest. Huge, 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 huge. And a regen potion is just what the doctor ordered. Is a touch risky, but give me the upgraded shivs, even though we tend not to play the card. This gives me a little space to play the regen potion. $15 damage. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm gonna play accuracy. We take like a little damage in the process, but having the shivs be better longer, I feel like it probably matters. I mean, what do I know? Which is a genuine statement. I'm not fishing for compliments. Okay, now I'm willing to go in. Storm of Steel.
Pen nib. Pen nib.
I think we do the most damage with a Shiv. Even though we also take a lot of damage in the process here. There's a percentage chance, right? Like, you're not always doing damage. You're just choosing, like, uniquely in the situation to be kind of an a-hole. It's not going that badly, but it's kind of the principle of the thing, you know? Ghost in a Jar. Very, very, very valuable. Orichalcum, possibly valuable. Is there a shop on this? Oh. Double elite path, no shop. That is a little spooky. I mean, you have to play an Alchemize. Am I crazy to think you Storm of Steel it? Maybe that was the wrong play. I really think, like, it's my interpretation that we made the right choice taking Storm of Steel and then upgrading it pretty quick, but we might need more draw to really get it popping. Let's get these out here, man. Phantasmal, Strike, Defend. I mean, that's a pretty representative cross-section of my deck. I guess I can't be upset. What am I drawing this turn? I got a lot of Endless Agonies in the deck now. Perhaps one day we'll see them. Terror is an extremely important card. Okay, I guess we're in. You're dead. I don't know why I was so scared. So first elite dead. Basically no damage taken, right? Warpaint, Unceasing Top could actually be mighty interesting. I know we have a curse, but it's Dono Deca. I think we can add a Wraith form, man. And it's a little bit of prayer ball because we don't have well-laid plans to hold it till maybe the best time, but you need to go. There's one thing you need to know about this fight. How about a zero-cost attack? Ooh, getting rid of the Ascender's Bane is nice because it stops us from having a dead hand next time, although the days... Oh, in theory, could have stopped us. But perhaps will not. Although what's really actually going to stop us is that I can only hit you so many times. Never mind, I've killed you. We might be okay, man. We love all our rares equally. I don't care for Job. Let me think about this. So we'd basically be getting one turn of intangible out of Wraith form. What's crazy is, like, that seems like so worth it. Because I'm pretty sure, like, you're super dead on the next turn, man. And if you're not dead, you're dead on the turn after that, which is, like, after that is the first time you actually get a chance to hit me. So I remain unconcerned for certain. And look at this. Oh, the Unceasing Top. Look. Oh, the letter opener kill. I would take 2 Ghost in a Jars. With the Unceasing Top, man, to keep adding the Endless Agonies. Now, I'm not gonna play Alchemize. Isn't that crazy? Or maybe I'm gonna... No, we don't have a lot of energy. Well, I'll see. See what you draw. Endless Agony. There's no reason to pop it. Like, Ghost in a Jar is already a pretty good potion for the Dono Deca fight. I think that's a pretty important get for us. I'm just gonna say it again. You probably don't need me to say it again, but I'm gonna say it again regardless. Alchemize yet again has not given us a reason to never avoid it. Let me rephrase. Alchemize still has not given us a reason to avoid it. Kind of stings to take. Oh, because of unceasing top, I shouldn't have pressed the end turn button yet, but maybe it's obvious to you. Maybe you're out here going like, yeah, NL, it never will. It's one of the best cards in the game, but you know, just for me personally, I've always thought, but it doesn't do any damage. But now that I'm actually taking the opportunity to take it every single time I see it, I'm starting to realize the innate power that it can hold. We're going to be one away from Pen Nib, but with a letter opener, Cloak and Dagger, that's fine. It's fine. We didn't take any damage. We still got 2 potions. I think they're cooked. I don't think there's anything they can do. 30 damage is annoying. We don't have to use the intangibility on this turn. It makes more sense to use it on a turn where we're taking like 2 big attacks instead of 1, you know, medium attack. Even on this turn, no reason for it, especially with the, we got you caught in the spin cycle of the letter opener. Come on, man! Okay, great Phantasmal with Pen Nib, no less. This turn you play Wraith Form. And it gives you 1 more intangible, so you pop it. Then you pop Alchemize. It's an Entropic Brew. We pop it again. Pop Entropic Brew. Draw 3 more cards. Oh my god, it's opened the whole world to us. We want double damage Predator, I think. Does 114 damage, bro. Does 114 damage. Then you dump everything. And we've still got 1 energy. Come on. A defend? A defend? Just a little insulting. But you're probably dead next turn if I had to guess. If we could get a Pen Nib even without you. We don't have the energy. I'm not even, that's how you know the run is good, is I'm literally like just playing cards, but I'm a little embarrassed that it got to this point. Give me some shivs, please. A slice will do. Dude, that was like a crazy, easy run. And can I say that I feel like I actually owe it to the Slay the Spire subreddit for teaching me that Endless Agony is not as bad. They didn't say it was great, but not as bad as I thought it was. Because basically you're not adding a card to your deck. You're adding like a potion that does 8 damage. Now I'm going to add it every single time. Except in a discard deck, it's gonna gum up the combo. But for now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. I've said a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future, and I'll see you next time. See ya!